This is going to be your guide to the best mid to high level experience rates I have found in New World. Spoiler alert, it's going to be town board and faction missions, but it's where I do it, when I do it, and how I do it that makes it worth sticking around for, because this feels like the best experience I have found in the game. And if the video ends up helping you out, don't forget to leave a like, share it with all your friends that play New World, and comment your thoughts down below, or comment if you have a better method for experience. Now, the first thing you want to do is check the town project board for anything you can complete, and since this is like a level 35 to 40 plus guide, you probably have a good idea as to what appears on the town project board. So I have a stockpile of like common mana potions, flint, weak health potions, fish fillets, and other things that commonly appear. If it's something that's way too expensive or something that's not worth doing, just clear it out, because as we're running around getting experience, this will refresh, and then it's going to make it to where you're just optimizing experience. And that's kind of the big thing about this. It's just like super min-maxing, not wasting time, and even if you're not getting like the best RNG for like the best missions and stuff, you're still going to find a way to make it work. So after that, you want to head to your faction representative. I'm a marauder, so we can go and check out what we have to do over here. It takes a little bit of time, a little bit of travel. Sometimes it works in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. So let's go and see what we got. 2 Fort Crossing, that's good. Nettle Rest, that is what you want. And Bear Claw Pass, I don't think that's going to be... Actually, we can make that work. So yeah, that's the interesting thing I found about Everfall, is that everything kind of clumps up in the bottom right. Now, sometimes you get obelisks, sometimes you get this Meadow Lake or Ebon Rock Cavern, and we can talk about those outliers later, but for the most part, like, you just reset until you get something over here. If you get double Nettle Rest, that's also really good. And then what makes this guide work is that it synergizes straight into Windsward, because as you're a high level going to Windsward, you're going to get a lot of Pride of Puckett, Hecker's Haven, and then Breakwater and Stoneview. So if everything's over here, it just creates an amazing path to where, alright, teleport here, clear out all the quests down here, clear out everything over here, do this, and then you can just like kind of KO yourself inside of the water, end up back at Windsward Town, do the town board, turn in your faction quest, and then that's when you want to have an inn set up, and ideally a house in Everfall Town. So recall to inn, recall to house, your inn teleport will be coming up at some point, and then you can also reset your house cooldown, and you just run this loop, and it gives crazy amounts of experience. And we can just kind of look at that. So view and journal, comparing that, so we have 2 Fort Crossing, that's one we just picked up, 590 experience. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, especially when you need 60,000 experience to level up, but comparing it to the other things, like, it's only half of a level 52, and some of these raids are really bad, or like some of these positions on the map are really bad, because that's in no man's land. I have to teleport out here, I have to go all the way around, and then I have to like KO myself to get back here, and since it's an outpost, there's no town board, and you're not getting bonus experience depending on your standing or faction, so it's kind of awkward. And then places like Morningdale are just awful as well, because you get dragged around like far sides of the map. So even though this looks nice to where it's like, hey, I can grab, 2,000 experience in the kind of short amount of time, you don't always get this, and you still have to teleport way out here, go over here, go to Morningdale, and then there's nothing else. Like, you can't double up on towns because it's kind of separate. So that's like the really nice thing about this. It's central in Everfall, so you can also like sell things, you can buy items if you need to. There's good economy around Everfall, Windsward. And then like you can just see like this makes sense. This just looks so well. And as we're waiting for these cooldowns, you can also do other things. So if you get bad rolls here, you can just wait for the missions to refresh, and that's not going to be super bad, because as you're completing town board, that's going to eat up a little bit of time. Maybe sell some items at the market, maybe buy, maybe craft, maybe do some inventory management. Like, that's one thing that works in your favor with this, is that even if you don't have good quests to accomplish, there's always something to do. That breaking down your inventory and refining and processing, that takes a crazy amount of time. So just use that as downtime while you're waiting for quests, and it's going to like min-max and optimize your experience really well. But so far, I like the setup that we have. So let us fast travel over here. Make sure you have an empty-ish inventory so you're saving Azoth. I've done some stupid things where I've just held on to resources for too long, and then I burn through my Azoth. And also, if you're around like level 35-40 and you've been doing town quests, just like the random missions that reward Azoth, and story quests, you're probably close to cap, so you're going to be okay there. I don't like how this splits, but sometimes you get these town board quests that are going to be on these pillars, and that makes it really nice to help with your routing. So I think I'm going to go 2 fork, bear, here, here, and here. So yeah, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is where you can actually jump off the cliff and create a shortcut, and I think that's what really makes this work out. So I'm going to start off by running to 1, and then we also have some iron nearby, so if you can take advantage of resources, do so. I think it's actually good to do 2 fork crossing first because the enemies are kind of in some weird spawn locations. So if you end up coming at like the center of the bridge, you can head down, and then that's going to give you access to some of those enemies. However, if you have the looting, you actually want to come in from the top because there's very few chests. So you like loot a chest here and here, I think. So there's only 2 or 3 available, and it's usually going to ask you for 2. So that's something to pay attention to. Now what I want to do is cut on over here to the bear, and yeah, I think, actually, depending on the other quest you have, because I think with this right here, we can even skip this, and I think it's still going to be experience efficient, and then we can clear it out and roll for another quest if we want to. So if you don't have any of these here, or if you have one at, like, Monoceros, then you can go down here, and then it kind of cleans out well. So that's another thing, like, this isn't completely binary. There's a lot of things you need to adapt to. I have turkeys to kill. If I see a turkey in my way, I'm going to KO it for the experience. Easy. What do we need to grab here in Lacerda? Precision tool. So rule of thumb for these pillars, just go to the right side because the chest is either on the right side or the back end, and if you go to the left and that's on the right side, it's a little annoying. So yeah, just super sweaty, min-maxing, just optimize experience and stuff. Next up, we want to do a 180, head on over to number, not 3, pin that, buckles. So number 5, and then as you can see, the route just kind of builds itself, and as we're just running this down, we're getting solid experience rates. Sometimes you don't even have to like kill anything to loot serious XM. Boom, done. Now we can head on over to Nettle Rest. The trick to Nettle Rest is if you have the buckles, I think this is the house that has the 4th chest. So finding all the chests here can get kind of awkward, and you want to start from the north if possible. Kind of came in on a weird angle, but you do want to go here first. There's also just kind of iron everywhere, and if you stop to take it, that's fine. Yeah, and for the most part, as long as you're doing the inn and your house, you're not going to be using up azoth, so you can kind of fill up your inventory as you need to from here. And I think it's this house, the one on the right, 2nd floor. It's also going to be a supply crate to the left in that graveyard over there. And then the last one is going to be after you KO this dude, and that's why this still works. Like, at level 30 plus or into your 40s, like, what I did from level 44-ish to level 49 was I just farmed this and it worked out, and then I'd kind of grinded until I got to the story quest, but that might be his unique. That's kind of cool, but I don't know if it's worth anything. Never got that before. So yeah, you do that, and then you just run off the cliffs, and you have a couple of options. Like, there's actually stuff to mine. There's also star metal down there, and then you just yeet yourself off the cliff, and you can tackle these in different ways. So we don't have anything for Pride of Puckett. If you go into the cave that's directly below me, there's 3 chests in there, so that helps with clearing out the chest quest. And then Hecker's Haven is going to be the one to check out. So, crafting shuttle, no, that's Shambhala. We don't have it. Okay, so yeah, I need to actually pin these so we can see what we're doing. So the first mate's actually really easy, and searching for steel blades, so just run past all this stuff. And getting steel blades isn't gonna be hard. There's also a lot to mine. There's silver in there, there's gold. So yeah, if you just want to like gather resources or loot everything along the way, you can do that, and it's going to be perfectly fine. Like, you get a lot of sugar here, so that's a big thing to take into consideration. Also, I had a proficiency booster. I could use that on the iron for a little bit better. So if we check out the provisions crate, coconuts, those are worth sometimes like a little bit of money, but it's mostly like you can come out of here with a good amount of sugar, and those can sell for a couple dollars each. So boom, we got 3 there, ended up with a little bit of milk. Weird that I didn't get any sugar. Of course, it would happen like in a video as I'm trying to like praise the sugar. Then we wait for the first mate. This is actually the first time I've come here, and the mate has already been KO'd. Okay, I want to try something for science because this could actually be a big shortcut. I haven't done it yet, and I already screwed up. I wanted to use my charge to get off the boat, but actually you can just walk over here, and it seems like you're okay. Okay, I've been doing this very slowly and inefficient because I've always been scared of that. I'm like, hey, it's deep water. There's no way you can make it. You actually can. I don't know so much about going from there to there, but if that's possible, then that also saves a lot of time. Sometimes you can get the Windsward faction quest to be this area I'm in right now. That's also pretty nice. And yeah, we're pretty much there. So it looks like we have to get chests. 3 chests are pretty easy. There's only 3 chests there, one on the right, center, and then to the left. And then you want to KO yourself and end up in Windsward. Alright, so that took about 18 minutes, and I think I could have done in 15 minutes if I wasn't worrying about the recording and if the first mate was there when I arrived. So now you want to make sure you respawn in Windsward, so you're not like burning cooldowns and stuff, and that way we can claim and reset all the Windsward stuff. And once again, it's kind of the same idea, that if you don't get anything in like Pride of Puckett or Hecker's Haven or anything on like that top right side, then that's when you can craft, storage, micromanage, and do all that inventory stuff. So yeah, we want to go onto this side, check the town board as well. And that's another good thing, like town board takes time to run back and forth and buy things and make sure all that is set up. So let's see how much experience we get. 2100, I think that was from a daily bonus, right? 644, and then 1345. So we just got 4k experience off of like half our run right there. And then boom, it all comes together. I don't think Primrose is, yeah, Primrose is out there. You don't want that. That's awful. So get rid of that. You don't need to have everything as well. So like I can run with those two, and as we saw, it's still going to be pretty solid experience rates. Then we can check the town board. So we KO'd Grizzly Bears, 25 Rawhide, 40 Flint, 30 Linen. I think Linen's actually worth a surprising amount of money. Buccaneers Falls, Merrill Place, Stoneview Seabreak. Some of that's close. We already had the hides. That's cool. Alright, so we made that, bought all this stuff. That's not the one I want to abandon. And we just kind of got a lot of experience there for idling. Sometimes I just end up with powerful regeneration potions. That could be worth a lot, or a Calcum. Nah, not at this state of the game. 15 rabbits, maybe, and the woodlouse bait is $5 each. So unless you're loaded, I wouldn't consider that worth it. And I think we even have time to spare on faction. Oh, let's go over here, and we can see, yep, we actually did all that in 4 minutes. So that's pretty good experience rates. Check the territory standing, maybe like do some inventory management, drop off some stuff. Standing gain's good, and faction reputation's pretty good as well. We're also getting a lot of faction tokens. I'm pretty much at cap. Now, I don't even know what to do with faction tokens at cap. Like, I've been buying common material converters, because I know you can do like major rune of holding, flipping, and stuff like that. But I buy like 100 of these, sell them for 8 each, and that's just like, I'm getting so much, I don't think it matters. So yeah, we'll just go over here and we'll see how much people are charging. Alright, so it looks like material converters have kind of crashed. I guess I'm just gonna buy these at $2.99 and try to sell them for around $4. So I think I could get away with that. Even then, it's just like a good amount of money while I'm just idling and I have nothing else to do with it. See, with major runes of holding going for like 850 something and maybe even 800 on certain servers, like I'm only getting 300 gold for the amount of faction tokens. So I think like common material converters, even if the price is super low, doesn't really change too much. And boom, Hecker's Haven. So we just got like the perfect, like look at all that. Look at all of that juicy goodness of experience. Let's see if all of this plays nice. So now we recalled it in, we do town board. You want to do faction missions first, even though the town, you can kind of do both. Because like town board is along the way after you recall. So check town board, go to your faction representative, grab the quest. If you like them, boom, you're good to go. If not, then you can do the town board missions while you wait for that 5-minute cooldown, and then you're just cycling experience and it feels really good. So actually, I don't think I need to even check, because it depends on where you're, like if you die, you end up closer to the town board. If you recall, you end up in the middle of the place, and then if you go to your house, it's wherever your house is. So I like that my house is kind of close to the faction representative, which is why I bought it. And let's see what we got. So that's going to be another 600 experience. That's into 1200 experience. Shattered Obelisk and Meadow Lake Fishery aren't great, so we kind of talked about canceling that trophy hunt. I think Valet Tempest can work. So I think what we want to do is this. Actually, no, let's just clear all this and then hope we get like just 3 things in the bottom right. Sometimes it happens. So now we can head back, do the town board, and everything will be good. So that's the experience remaining. I don't remember exactly where we were when we started, but like, yeah, that took about 25 minutes because it takes time to turn in, it takes time to reset and travel and move around. So like 30 minutes gives you that much experience, and we don't want to get rid of that. So yeah, we just got the perfect RNG. Actually, perfect RNG would be 2 fort crossing and then also some town missions over here. I say much like with the bear, we can ignore this. So we just go Bear Claw Shrine. And yeah, we're just ready to run it again. I was like thinking, I'm like, do I want to do this? Yeah, I want to do it because this is exactly how it works. And then there's also iron along the way. So if you have like a map, like the interactive New World map that shows you where all the iron ore and stuff spawns, that's pretty good. You can pretty much follow this little path, and there's like iron all the way down here, and then boom, you end up in Nettle Rest, do all that. And this is actually ideal. Like if you get one down here, that's not the best. But then as we saw, you go 4, 5, 6, jump off over here, clear that, drown yourself, then you're back in Windsward. Done. And then we can just grab a solid amount of experience. So I think I'm gonna run it again, and I'm gonna like talk about the experience rates and the exact amount of time it took, because we have a better analog. So 46,000 remaining. See you guys in a few minutes. So this is the cave I was talking about. It's just really good because, like I said, I need to KO 5 people, and they're pretty much here. So boom, do that. Oh wow, that's actually, wow, why am I taking so much damage? So that's never happened before. TM, don't get blown up by special attacks. Guess that's good advice. That should be the last loss I need to take care of here. So that's done, and then we got 2 chests. If you want to get the silver ore, you can. Slows you down. I think the iron is just like value no matter where you go or what you do, so that's always worth it. Silver, I use it. I have a high jewelry crafting. I think it's pretty cool. And there we go. We got some sugar, so maybe money, depending on how the sugar economy is going. Now, the thing about respawning back in Windsward is that it puts you in kind of an awkward spot because you have to like run all the way across for the town board. I think if I want to be super sweaty and efficient, I was keeping track of all the timings, I could just ignore the town board because I don't think it's come up. And aside from the Amarine excavation raid, which there's no point doing, boom, we just got 2 back in the top right. Stoneview Sea Break came back up, but yeah, we had 4 minutes to spare, so if you want to stick around, because you need to, because again, like buying stuff and setting up and micromanagement and inventory sorting, you could wait those 4 minutes. Then you get 1 more roll at the quest. You also have the chance at the town board. But I'm trying to do this for the speed. The dude I need to turn the quest in for, I think, is in here. 40 minutes for the end. So yeah, it showed that it took about 20 minutes to set it up and then return. Personally, my clock is showing like 13 minutes to get all that done. But yeah, the management, the town, setting everything up, that's fine. Also, I've been recording the video, so losing a little bit of time efficiency. Like if you're just heavy breathing this and you're all like just, you know, crunched up in your computer chair and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go for sweat hyper efficiency min max, probably shave off a couple minutes, which will help in the long run. And after turning that in, we have 39,000 experience to go. So we got like 7,000 experience minus everything, so like 6,000 experience in 15-ish minutes. I don't know if that's like great or not. I don't know like how that ends up playing out, but it also works really well with the town board. So town board comes back up and then you get like another experience spike of potentially a couple more thousand. Like if you get the stone bricks is worth like 4,000 experience. It's nuts. It doesn't make any sense. So maybe if you want to get like weird with it, you can expand upon this by having your inn in Brightwood and then your house in Everfall. So it's like, oh, just head on over to Brightwood, do the town board there, maybe set up some faction quests, because if you get Walsham, then you can do the Meadow Lake and Ebon Rock Cavern. Otherwise, again, they're kind of skippable. They're kind of weird ones. But then, like, yeah, you teleport down here, you hit like 2 Brightwood and then these 2 if you have that. And then you also go for town board. So that just adds more experience into the puzzle, but it means you're going to be spending more Azoth to reset your house teleport here. But it's still going to be cheaper than fast traveling in some situations. Firm fish fillets. Ooh, those get expensive. Common mana potions. Sirius, and then Shattered Obelisk, Precision Tool, Green Wood. So there's actually a good amount of stuff to claim right here. 1,000. Another 700. 5. Do those turkeys, because we just have those chilling there. And the mana potions are pretty free. Same for the Green Wood. So we're sitting on like a couple extra 1,000 experience as we just wait over the next 5 minutes. So I don't know, I feel like you can get up to 30,000 experience an hour, and if you have Azoth to burn with the Brightwood mixed in, it probably goes up a bit more as well. And if you're not getting 30,000 experience an hour, maybe this is the way to go. It is high intensity, so I don't know if there's actually like again, comment down below if you have a better method. I don't know if there's just a farming spot that people are going where it's like, oh yeah, level 40s, you can one-shot these, and they give like 30, 40, 50 experience each, and they spawn super fast. So you actually get, like, if you're getting 10 kills a minute, that's gonna be 500 experience a minute, so roughly 30,000 experience that way. If it's actually if that magical place on that magical experience exists. Because as you get higher level, the enemies start being worth less and less, so maybe that drops off. But overall, like, even as a level 54, that feels good. Like, it takes a long time to move the bar. It takes a lot of experience to level up as a level 54. So seeing that in the course of this video, when I'm not even, like, super tryharding, I'm getting, like, a third of a level, a quarter of a level, I'm happy with that. Oh yeah, boys, 25 stone bricks for the 2300 experience, the mana potions also adding up, and 40 lodestone brick for 7300. I think that's worth paying no matter what the cost of a lodestone brick is. 180? Okay, I guess the economy for lodestone bricks has crashed, because I remember those being like a lot more expensive and just not worth doing, but there we go. And I don't know what's bugged about the storage shed not recognizing potions and stuff, but we do that, and then, yeah, now we're feeling really good, so it just puts you right at the town board regardless. Boom. 13,000 experience drop. It's nuts. Oh yeah, we also ended up with 371 iron for that run, and extra stuff. So maybe that makes it a bit more worth, maybe that adds a bit more money, and then you can use that to pay off the town board. So it comes together. I think, it's just really interesting to see the experience rates mixed with how everything ends up like clumping down here and then looks really good. If you have the Tempest Hunt, then yeah, you can run the Shattered Obelisk for just the Guardians, because that's not the actual raid. And then we have Precision Tools here. So sometimes like that kind of works out. Maybe if you get one here, maybe if you get the 2-fork faction mission, boom, hit that really quick. Maybe run it back to Everfall. Might be faster to drown yourself in that lake. Then you just keep cycling it. If you do have your recall in Brightwood, that could also be something to use, where it's like, oh, I haven't been to Brightwood in a while. That's when you can use your recall to in, grab those quests, and then play the game. I don't know, guys. No one really knows what they're doing when it comes to this game, so I think I found something cool. I'm outpacing all my friends, and I think I'm doing pretty well for myself. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.